Welcome to Food Travelers. In this episode, we are over at the Atlantis Casino, heading over to Charlie's Toucan Buffet, or I should say Toucan Charlie's Buffet. It was one I really wanted to go, Micah, because I saw you go here last time, and it's something I really wanted to try. So definitely it was a target when we decided to come back to Reno.
Yeah, definitely, Simon. I really enjoyed this buffet here, and for this episode, we came here for lunch. So going over the general details of this buffet, they're open from Monday to Fridays from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. for lunch, and for dinner on the weekdays is 4:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. And Saturday, Sunday, they're open. Brunch time is 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. and for dinner is 4:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. And for the price for this lunch buffet on the day that we came here, which is a weekday, it was $35.99 per person. And some of the general details, if you're kind of wondering what's the difference, they do lay it out on the website to show you what's the difference between lunch and dinner. And the main thing that I remember for the difference is the snow crab legs and the oysters. I believe that's the biggest difference, is having the crab legs for dinner time.
I actually thought that was pretty nice that they actually lay it out, because sometimes it's really hard to kind of figure out what makes going to a dinner and paying the extra price especially more worth it than going to like a lunch or something. And so it's actually nice that they say, okay, this is why we're going to essentially charge you more for the dinner price coming in, whereas other places I know, especially with all the buffets, Micah, that we've been to, that they don't really say what makes a difference and why you should pay more, especially not knowing how the quality of something is if you have to pay more. Especially in Vegas, we've done a few buffets in Vegas where we've gone through and we've tried both the lunch and then we tried the dinner, and then you kind of look around and we've discussed this multiple times where we just like, why the heck are we paying more? It seems like it's either exactly the same or whatever they're adding is just really not worth that extra price.
Yeah, definitely. For this buffet, even for like the lunchtime that we came here, I think it's a great buffet. Like overall, I mean, without the seafood, like the crab legs and stuff, but overall, a lot of the stations are pretty much the same from what I noticed here. There's still the bread station, the salad in the front. The dessert is pretty much the same too. I don't really see any differences in that one. But like I think another big thing is maybe the steak. I remember seeing like the grilled steak station there that they didn't have during this lunch portion here. But I did see the flames going. I don't know if it's something that you just have to request now or it's just for dinner time. But overall, there's a lot in this buffet. I think this is probably the best buffet in Reno, hands down, out of all the places that I can see that's available or that I've been to. So definitely, if you're looking for a buffet in Reno and you're trying to figure out where to go, definitely make reservations to this one, because even when we came here, even though we did make reservations, the line was already starting out the door. It was like starting to go around the corner, and there's quite a bit of people here. I know right before they open, they have the line with like the I guess the rope or whatever you want to call it, and it kind of, once they open, they'll like split into like the general line, the players club line, and then reservations line. So that's always nice to have too.
And from what I noticed, it seemed like a pretty good mix, especially going in Vegas. You kind of get more, or a majority tourists who go to all the buffets that's on the strip, compared to here, where it seemed like it was a pretty good mix. There was definitely locals who were here, who eat here frequently, and from what I noticed, especially kind of observing around, there were staff members who kind of knew some of the people who were eating there again, and they actually knew them by name, and they would talk to them and say, oh, how everything's going, and talk to each other, in a very friendly manner. So definitely you can tell that there are locals who actually enjoy coming to this spot, and it's not just a spot where it's your kind of typical resort casino buffet. So they do get the locals who obviously, if they're eating here, they know it's a good deal and they like the food and the quality that they provide.
Yeah, definitely. I remember last time I came here for dinner time, and there was a local who kind of sat on the table next to us, and he said he was talking to chef the whole time, and he actually came up to ask me and my dad who was with me and ask us, hey, where are you guys from? And he was really friendly, really chatty, and he's like, oh, I've been coming here for forever, and I know this chef and this guy. If you need anything, just let them know. They'll take care of you. It's really great hospitality. Even the people like checking in, people are so friendly here.
Even when we were getting through our seats and coming through, everybody just showing you the way. The wait staff that was with us, he kept checking up over and over, asking, oh, there's something you need refills for this, refill for that. So definitely they watch over and they kind of see all the different things to make sure you're doing pretty good. And as for all the stations, they have quite a few stations, and they do offer a good variety of different things, especially the pho station. I know that was something, I actually didn't try it, but I know you did, and there's some interesting foods that they had, and I really did enjoy what they offered, especially for the price.
Yeah, so the pho station was definitely really good. And if you like pho and you know about pho, it's good with the fish sauce, and they have that available to the side. So I know it's not for everyone. So, and they do have all the amenities that you need if you do ask for it. I mean, most of it is right in front of where the station is, so you know where everything is already. But if there is something that you really want, you can ask for it and they can look for it for you. I remember last time here, I asked for wet wipes, and that's something that they did bring out for me. But I think this time, now that more people are asking for it, they just kind of generally just put everything right at your table. Another thing I did want to mention is, comparing to my last visit and kind of just watching the staff around here, they still do a very good job cleaning the tables after everybody leaves. I remember watching one of the hosts bringing up a group of us people coming to their table, said, oh wait, hold on a minute, it's actually not quite clean to their standard, and they said, just give me a couple more minutes, let me wipe down this table and tidy up here a little bit more, just so that it's to their standards, which is really good for a buffet.
Yeah, and then you can see through the video here, we're actually to the point where we're at the pho station, and they do definitely offer all the different little things that you want. So you can definitely put a whole bunch of different combinations of different ingredients that you have available to make your pho really to how you prefer to taste and what you want to have in your pho. So that was really nice. Something that I did also enjoy was the prime rib that was also available at the time, and I did go in and I grabbed at least seconds, maybe thirds, I'm not sure, I don't quite remember, but I know I had at least seconds. But their prime rib was really good as well. I did enjoy their prime rib. So overall, like the food quality is pretty there, and so I can see why when you went the first time you really did enjoy it, and we were discussing about going back and visiting, and one of the reasons I wanted to go because it really did look good, and the ingredients definitely were up to the standards of what you would want for a buffet.
Yeah, and another thing I also wanted to mention is, throughout the buffet, you see a lot of different TVs for different type of stations. I know that changes quite a bit, and it kind of is a calming experience where you get to see like different type of ingredients being made, or how, I guess, kind of like a side distraction type of atmosphere that it gives. It's better than just seeing nothing there. And also, I know I did mention this in previous videos, having a cheese station is great, especially for breakfast or lunch. There's a lot of buffets that don't offer cheese or any type of cheese, so that is definitely something good to have.
Something that I thought was also interesting was, I remember like we were discussing this, we were looking, and the restaurant actually, Red Bloom, was behind this kind of open wall. You can kind of see through, and originally we were thinking, was this like additional seating? Because there were steps that kind of led down to the buffet section, and then you went up the stairs, you were actually in Red Bloom, which is a separate restaurant that we actually had the episode earlier, so you can see that if you want to check that out of our review at that restaurant. But And originally we were talking like, is that another seating section? Because and at least in my mind, I was thinking, oh, they have quite a bit of seating. It's pretty large if they have this additional spot, but it's not. So there is steps, and they don't block it or anything, so you can actually walk back and forth through it. And so, but that section is actually a different restaurant, and it's interesting. I think they kind of do it on purpose. So if you're at Red Bloom and you're looking down and you see all this buffet food and it all looks really good, you're sitting at Red Bloom going, "Oh, you guys ordered. Man, we should really stop by Toucan and get some food because it looks really good." I think they kind of do that on purpose, just to kind of let you see and kind of entice you to come in to the buffet later.
Yeah, I think you make a good point there, Simon. And the seating is a little bit higher up too, so you are definitely looking down below to, I guess it's kind of like the grass is greener on the other side. You should go try it. I think that kind of gives me that feeling. And yeah, when we first were sitting down, we were like, is that like the VIP section or something? But then as we're like, I guess, leaving, you can see clearly is a different restaurant. I think that layout of everything is definitely great. I'm also not sure if they kind of share the same kitchen on some of the items too. Maybe they're like, oh, here's some of the dim sum dishes from the buffet, but we can't make it fast enough for this restaurant, so we're gonna just borrow some of it.
Yeah, I think that's definitely possible, but kind of watching it, I did notice some staff go back and forth, a few here, but it wasn't very often. It wasn't like a constant, kind of a pathway that the staff was walking through. So it wasn't, I don't think if they were doing that case, it wasn't like very regular at all. It was just more like maybe like you needed some kitchen items or some kind of utensils or whatever, or ingredients that were in the kitchen that wasn't stored over at the Red Bloom's kitchen, that you could just easily go through for the staff and kind of grab what you need and kind of more for efficiency's sake. But one of the things that I actually really like about the casino is they really do kind of keep up the tidiness of it, because I remember going through and there's just, even at the plates and everything, there's just people wiping everything down, and that's something that you don't pay attention to very often. But the more I've gone to buffets, or especially we've gone to buffets, that just seeing that tidiness, it's nice to see, because it's really easy, especially with buffets. You're grabbing stuff and you're putting it on your plate, and pieces fall out, and then it's so easy to get spillage and have kind of food everywhere. But they do a really good job in keeping it clean, so I really like that.
Yeah, definitely excellent for tidiness or cleanliness for this restaurant. So moving along here to the dessert section, as you see in the video, there's a custom cake order. I think that's kind of newer or different from other buffets that we've been to. Like, you don't often see them offering that type of, option for people to order a cake. I think, and also I know they have a lot of like sugar-free type of desserts as well, and that's definitely something for everybody. Like, they don't exclude anybody out. That's every option that you want in terms of like desserts. And I think these ones are more like not really bite-sized, they're more like normal slices of cake cutting size. So I think that's good and bad. If it's something you really like, then it's a great thing. But if you want to try a little bit of everything and you just want to take a bite of everything, it's not as, I guess, economical.
Yeah, one of the things that kind of stuck out for me was when after you made your trip over to the dessert and you're walking back, and you actually had the cotton candy. And there's only one other time that we've been to a buffet that I've seen that actually offered the cotton candy. And when you were walking, I was just kind of looking, and I was just actually filming you as you were walking back to the table, and you just had this big smile on your face as you were holding the cotton candy over there. And I was surprised, because usually with these larger casino buffets, you just don't get that. Something as simple as cotton candy is something that's just not offered, because for whatever reason, it's not something, I guess, a huge draw maybe. But I thought it was interesting that this casino, much larger in size, actually offered this. like one of the other casinos that we or other buffets that we've been to, one other that we've been to at least, that offered that. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, cotton candy for me is kind of like I've become like a kid again. I'm like, yeah, going to fairs, you're getting that cotton candy. So when you see it at the buffet, you have to grab it.
Especially one of the great things, other than the sweetness of it, of course, at a dessert you want something sweet, but the thing that I kept thinking about was it's really nice because cotton candy is not filling at all. You literally just stick it in your mouth and it melts away, and then it doesn't fill you up at all. So if you want more, you can always go grab more. But one of the things that at least I had was the gelato, and I really enjoyed the gelato. So they actually had pretty good gelato here. No kind of textural issues. Everything was nice and smooth. The taste, the flavors, of course, with many gelatos are there, and in this case they were the same. But overall, really great buffet. It's something I would definitely recommend going. If you are in Reno, hit up the Toucan Charlie's buffet.
And for this notable is the Charlie Toucan buffet. Definitely a great buffet. It was so great that I had to come back a second time within the year and bring Simon with me. So definitely, if you're in Reno and you're looking for a buffet, this is hands down the best buffet in Reno.
If you've enjoyed the content you've seen, don't forget to support the channel and hit like and subscribe. And if you want to see additional pictures of food and our travels, go over to our Instagram page and follow us there. Thanks for watching.